Ho ho ho, you know who you are. Welcome to today's Christmas special. What makes it a Christmas special? Well, we've got the Christmas tree behind us. I'm wrapped in Christmas lights, and I've taken so long to make this video that it's Christmas time. So before this becomes a Happy New Year's or even a Happy Valentine's Day video, welcome to today's New Year's video. What makes it a New Year's video? Well, it's almost New Year's. I'm wearing New Year's glasses, a New Year's hat, and I've got lights around me. And if you couldn't tell, I didn't get the video done in time for it to be a Christmas video, so here we are. So guys, to celebrate Christmas, I got myself a couple of things, and by that I mean I got 2 packages like 2 months ago, didn't open them in time, so now they are Christmas gifts to myself. One being from 50/50 Frames, and the second package being from Dead Wheels. That one I did buy. This isn't going to be a full review of either products. I'm just opening them up, testing them out, and seeing what they're like. Without further ado, so first up is 50/50 Frames. Got a shirt, we got some stickers, and you know how I feel about stickers. We've got a 50/50 koozie to keep my beers cold. Bearings. I love how I just punched right there. And then the frames themselves. I did personally opt for the white with the black juice blocks, which I think looks awesome. And then they do send some stickers that you can set in the middle to further customize them. Next up, Dead Wheels. They sent a shirt, which I'm very fond of. I like that shirt. They also sent some bearings, 2 sets of laces with lace stoppers, and then I went for the flat setup. Even though I ride anti-rocker, that basically means that I get 2 sets of wheels. First up, I tested them on my Them skates, my Them 908s, and with the new frames, the new wheels, and the new laces, they look amazing. Starting off with a new budget switch up that I was trying to learn that day, which was a front side to AO sole. Now, there's my 180 for back to blading submission of their monthly trick. At that point, after that, I decided to do a 360, and then at this point, I'm trying 540s again. I have yet to land a 540, so I figured, hey, maybe today's the day. That one is pretty close. That one was also pretty close. That one was also pretty close. That one was also... Those actually, all 3 of those looked exactly the same. Moving on to the next day. This day I went ahead and put the frames on my rems. And last month's back to blading trick was a maki out. And I did not get my trick turned in. Why? Because I get Mizu and Makiao confused. So what I turned in was actually a Mizu. And then I realized I don't even know how to do a Makiao. It's one of those tricks that's supposed to be the first trick you learn. So I just skipped right over it and went to Soul and AO Souls and Mizus. So I actually had to go back and relearn the trick. I didn't get it turned in to the back to blading community in time, but here's my submission, here's me learning it. And at this point, I feel like I've kind of gotten it down. I feel like I've gotten it down at least enough to where I can take it and try it on this bigger ledge. Well, I was wrong. Not only do I fall, but as soon as my knees hit the ground, somehow my knee pads get pushed out of the way, so I land on nothing but my knees, and I had a pretty decent bruise on my knee for like 2 weeks. And I did not want this ledge to defeat me, so I got right back up and went back at it. Did a soul, tried to do the maki again. Well, let's see that fall again. And that was it for that session. About 2 weeks later, I actually met up with a new friend that I've been trying to skate with for some time now. We finally got a date set, got together at my local park and skated. Once we were done skating, we sat down for a little impromptu interview sort of thing. Just came up with questions off the top of my head.
What up, 2Qs here. Not really sure what part of the video this is going to be going at, so if that was a awkward introduction, I apologize for that. But I'm sitting here with my new friend Benno. Super cool. He also does some YouTube stuff, so check it out whenever you get a chance. Mr. Self-Destruct, that is right. Yep, great name. We're just going to do a little bit of an interview. It's kind of rare that we get to sit with somebody who actually skates as well. I guess we'll just start off with some simple questions here. When did you start, I guess, how long have you been skating for, and where did you start skating at?
So I actually tried to do the math, man. I think when I sat down to figure it out with my pencil and calculator, it was like 23 years.
Jeez, okay.
23 years. You know, there's been some breaks.
Right.
We talked about there's been maybe a couple of 2-year breaks stuffed in there, but solid for a couple decades, man.
Couple decades, that's fair. Yeah, very nice. And what did you start off skating on? Like, what was your first pair of, I guess, aggressive inline skates?
So when I was a kid, I used to have to get myself back and forth to school, right?
Yep.
So mom would take off early in the morning, and I'd bike myself to school, and eventually, growing up, I busted my bike.
Okay.
And it was a little too expensive to keep on replacing bikes for a growing kid, yeah?
Right.
So my mom found these pair of skates that were essentially shadows.
Yep.
They were like strap-on skates,
Very
rec
cool.
skates. So as I was growing, as my feet were growing, I could just strap those over the shoes as they kept getting bigger and bigger, right?
Yep.
Genius. Real easy, inexpensive to keep me on skates and keep me getting back and forth. And there used to be this little church next to my house, right? Had this big long fire curb, man. If you see my channel, I got red skate soles going on.
I have seen that.
So I had this little fire curb that I'd go and just mess around on. And one day I saw a couple of neighborhood kids go, and they actually started grinding on it.
Right.
And I just kind of like followed them over there, like was kind of creeping on them, and then saw them doing the grind, saw them doing the stuff, and that was it, man.
There you go.
Once I started copying them, and
right, yeah. Yeah, I actually have seen that in your videos too, the little red curb skate sessions.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What is your go-to grind, I guess? Like, what is your comfort grind? I mentioned earlier, for me, it started off as Mizu, and just the last few months, for whatever reason, I've, like, Soul is my go-to. It's Soul everything, so.
That's a good question, man. I'm a Mizu guy for sure. Soul grind is just scary for me now, bro. I don't know what it is. I think Mizu is just easier to fall off of, and that's important for me.
Right.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Mizu's my go-to trick. I'm trying to get it to where Royale's also that second, like, go-to trick.
Dude, your Royales are there. Like, I kept telling you, man, they look smooth, and that's actually what I was thinking as I was asking that question. I wouldn't have been surprised if that was your answer. So if that's what you're working on, man, you're right there. You're getting it.
All right.
Man, I had another question lined up in my head.
It's on you, dog. I just got to answer the question.
Right. Well, this is the magic of editing. I know some people don't like jump cuts, but literally every 5 seconds of my videos are jump.
How about you, 2Qs?
Yes.
You're on camera, dog.
That is true. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about
what is
how
up?
you started skating. The quick version. We're on your channel.
Quick version. Long story short, there was a skate park built close to my house, like in my town, brand new. One of my best friends started rollerblading, and the movie Brink were all huge contributing factors to me getting into skating, you know, Team Pup and Suds. Okay, this is the question that I had. So being in our 30s, and being that a lot of my audience is like dudes in their 30s basically saying, hey, I can still do this. What advice do you have to those maybe who are getting back into rollerblading? It's been 15 years, or maybe it's even their first time getting into it, and they feel like they're too old to do it. Do you have any advice for them?
That's a great question, man. Truly. I think that rollerblading is one of those sports that as people that were into it get older, right? As their knees and their joints get arthritic, as the idea of getting out and being active and going outside gets harder and harder, rollerblading is one of those sports, man, that as soon as you get the skates on your feet, you're having fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? As soon as you get the wheels on, you're having fun no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are or what you want to do. If you just want to go from point A to point B, you can have fun doing it.
So true.
Or if you want to get into a park, this beautiful park right here, like that's the first step, just get the wheels on your feet, right?
Yep.
But the second thing is that don't try and push yourself too fast, man.
Right.
It's going to be a fact of life. One thing you need to teach yourself to do is fall.
That's very
You're
fair.
going to fall, and you're going to fall a lot if you try and push it too fast.
Right.
Get good at what you can do. Try and get good at what you are comfortable doing, and use that as your progression. Use that as your kind of yardstick to get better and better.
Totally fair. Actually, that's a very good answer. All right, well, Mr. Self-Destruct, do you have any comments or anything that you wanted to add for the end here? Or
I just want to say thanks to 2Qs for coming out, man. This was a blast. Thank you so much, brother. We'll do it again soon.
Hell yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Same here, man. It's been fun skating, and thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Now, if you want to find the full interview with no jump cuts, no music behind it, just the questions with the awkward silence in between, all the ums in the world, follow me on Patreon. I try not to be that channel that talks about my Patreon, but I did get one patron that signed up recently without me even saying anything. So shout out to you, Cody. I'll be uploading a video specifically for the channel very soon, and I'll continue to post on there from here on out with just some behind the scenes stuff, or maybe some footage that doesn't make it onto my YouTube channel. We'll go ahead and go on to Patreon. But with this potentially being the last video of the year, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to everybody. If you subscribed this year, thank you. If you've watched a video of mine this year, thank you. If you've left a comment, thank you. I haven't posted a video in almost 2 months, and yet I continue to get a couple of subs here and there every single day, which absolutely blows my mind. I super appreciate it. I know this isn't like a channel with 200,000 subscribers or anything, but let's be real, the biggest inline channels out there have maybe 20,000 subscribers, so I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. We're only going to continue to grow. We're only going to get better at skating. We're only going to get healthier. We're only going to continue to get out there, do our thing, and improve. So guys, I hope you'll join me in 2019, the year where this channel grows, the year where we get better at skating, and the year where I don't repeat myself as much, because I'm kind of saying the same thing that I just said 5 minutes ago. So before I continue repeating myself, let's finish this video. Guys, I appreciate you. The AC has just kicked on, so this is a perfect time to end it. Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas. We'll see you in 2019.